I'm Leo Bray at Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center in Palm Springs. Usual opening remarks. Visit us online at urbanyoga.org or Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center on Facebook to check out the schedule of daily classes on Zoom. See where you can practice with us in person if you're local, Thursday through Sunday mornings. And there's also a tip jar where you can make online contributions to support our classes online. So we'll get started today in child's pose. I'm not going to stay in it long because it interferes with getting my voice to the microphone. I'll talk you into it, and then I'll sit up and talk some more. You can come up on your hands and knees, bring your big toes together. You might open your knees further apart. If your knees bother you, it might be better to keep them close together. So see what feels good for you. Sit back towards your heels. Walk your hands forward and let your head come down. Now I want your head to rest on something. So if your head doesn't reach the floor, you might stack your hands and rest your head on the back of your hands. If you have yoga blocks, you can put your head on the block. You could also use a pillow or a bolster, a folded blanket. Having your head supported by something will allow your neck to disengage more effectively. Your child's pose might be more active with your arms extended out, or passive, let your arms be slack, or disengaged by bringing your hands back towards your feet. So vary it however you like. See what feels beneficial for you. So you don't have to remain still. You can adjust, you can shift around as things shift in your body. Find some degree of stillness, but know you're welcome to change position. Bring your attention to your breathing, letting it slow down and get deeper. All it takes is the shift of focus, bringing your awareness to your breathing. Generally facilitates deepening and slowing down. Notice the way your breath feels in this position. Maybe you're feeling your belly pressed to your thighs as you breathe in and your belly expands. Maybe as you breathe out, there's a sensation of settling back and down in the hips, maybe even a little movement. Maybe you go a little lower as the hips release and open with the action of the breath, the effects of gravity. Take in your surroundings, whatever is going on externally. Might be some background noise, scent in the room. Not much to look at, but maybe your eyes are open and you're looking at your floor, or your eyes are closed and there's just a little light filtering in through your eyelids. Or maybe it's darker and there's just those dancing lights behind the eyes. Scan your body. Notice whatever's going on in addition to the movements and sensations of the slower, deeper breathing. How is everything feeling? Noting not just your contact with the floor and how the posture feels, but anything else that's going on. Maybe there's some stiffness or soreness. Maybe you were aware of it before you got into child's pose. Maybe it only came up as you started to scan your body. Not aiming to change anything here, just an inventory of what's going on. Noticing how things are at the start of practice. Making particular note of any issues you detect, any soreness or any stiffness. Anything you want to keep in mind during practice so that you can take care of it. Remembering that you're welcome to skip or modify anything I'll be doing. All the cues or suggestions, everything but the breathing is optional. And whenever your mind wanders off your mat or outside your practice space, gently come back to noticing your breathing, noticing what's going on in your body during practice so that you can continue to take care of yourself and find the practice that suits you best this morning. And perhaps in addition to these shared intentions, you wish to set a more specific personal intention for your practice. If so, take the next few moments to do that. And let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth with a sigh. If you've been reaching your hands back towards your feet, reach your hands forward. Extend your arms. Reach, 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 grabbing the floor. Then walk your hands over to the left. And as your arms come over, let your head go with your arms. And take a few breaths here, opening the right side. Walk your hands slowly back through center and then over to the right. And take a few breaths there, letting the left side open up. Walk your hands back to center. Inhale, bring yourself forward and up. Just sort of square things off. Bring your hips above your knees, your shoulders above your wrists, or behind your wrists if it's too much on your wrist to be right above. Reach your right foot back, press into the ball of your foot. Take a couple breaths there. With an inhale, pick your foot up and reach straight back in the air like you want to make a footprint on the wall. With your next inhale, reach your left arm to the side like you want to tap the other wall with those fingertips. If you like, bend your leg, reach back, see if you can take hold of your foot or your ankle. If you connect with that grip, that bind, kick against your hand, lifting your knee, lift your chin a little. Release, lower down, reach back, press into the ball of your left foot. Breathing there, letting the leg lengthen. With an inhale, pick your foot up, reach straight back through the sole of your foot. With your next inhale, reach your right arm to the side. If you like, bend your leg, reach back, see about taking that bind, stretching your quads, opening your shoulder, opening the midline. Release, lower down. Inhale, bring your heart forward, let your head and tailbone float up. Exhale, draw your heart up, let your head and tailbone come down. Take a few more breaths at your own pace. After your next exhale, come back to table, spine neutral. Step your right foot up between your hands. You could have blocks under your hands to ease that transition if you like, give you more room to move your leg. Go ahead and step your left foot up to meet your right, hang out in your forward fold. Hands can rest on blocks or on the floor, maybe hang in the air. Sway back and forth, bending and straightening your legs. Think of the weight of your arms, the weight of your head. Hanging heavy, lengthening the back of the body. Gently nod your head yes. And shake your head no. Inhale, lift up halfway, press your hands to the front of your legs. Push with your hands, feel for the crown of your head, reaching forward away from your tailbone. Exhale, relax down. Inhale, roll slowly to standing, hands up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Let your hands hang at your sides. Raise your right shoulder towards your ear. Shift it back and let it down. And your left shoulder up, back, and down. Inhale, reach out toward the walls with your fingertips. As you exhale, you can reach for your shoulder blades and hug yourself, or if you like, you can take eagle arms, intertwining your arms, maybe pressing your hands together. Might be the palms, might be the backs if you can't do the palms. If you're in eagle arms, then move your hands and your elbows forward and up. Inhale to open your arms again. As you exhale, cross them the other way, reaching for your shoulder blades or taking your eagle arms. Inhale, open up again. Exhale, let your arms come down. Inhale your arms out and up. Interlace your fingers and point your index fingers up and look up at those fingertips. Lift up your heart. Inhale to bring yourself upright. Exhale, bend to the left, feel for length through both arms. Inhale to come back through center. As you exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, let your arms come down. I'm going to grab a quick sip of my water and start into some sun salutations. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands and step back to plank. Letting your hips come down in line with your shoulders and your knees. You can always let your knees down if a shorter plank serves you better. Whichever plank works for you. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Keep your elbows in close to your body. Come right down on your belly. Untuck your toes, rest your chin on the floor. Pressing into your hands. Inhale, lift your head and chest to whatever height feels okay. Check in with your lower back. Just go to whatever height works. Maybe the next one's higher. Exhaling, rock back up onto your hands and knees. Take our time for the first downward dog. Press into the balls of your feet to lift your knees. Press into your hands to lift your tail. Then pedal your feet up and down. Heels reaching towards the floor. All those big, powerful leg muscles lengthening. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale to step your feet to meet your hands. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, come down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, down. Plant your hands and step back to plank. When you're ready, exhaling lower, maybe just halfway, maybe all the way, maybe drop your knees. Inhale, bring your heart forward. Exhale, back and up. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step your feet forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, come down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, come down. Step back to your plank. Exhaling lower. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, back and up. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, come down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, straight up through center. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, down. Plant your hands, step your right foot back, runner's lunge. You could have blocks under your hands here if you like. Lean into your right hand. Inhale, reach your left arm out and up and look up towards your hand. Exhale, bring that hand down. Come up on your fingertips. Inhale, reach forward, reach up, crescent lunge. Find steadiness on your feet here, all 10 toes pointing that way, pointing in the same direction. Keep your knees lined up. You can always drop your knee down. If the high lunge is too much, you can uncurl those back toes. Do that instead. Exhaling, sink forward in your hips, lower your arms. Inhale, glide back and reach up. Do it about 3 more times. Follow your breath. The movement in the legs is big or small as you want. Reach your left arm forward, reach your right arm back. Your left arm might come to your knee to steady yourself if you wobble too much. Come back through center with your hands by your heart. Reach your right hand forward and your left hand back. Come back through center, hands to heart. Let your hands down. Step your left foot back to meet your right. Nod your head. Shake your head. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step your feet forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, come down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale and stop. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, come down. Rest your hands, step your left foot back. Lean into your left hand. Inhale, reach your right arm out and up and look up towards your hand. Exhale, bring your hand down. Tent your fingers. Inhale, reach forward, reach up. Find your crescent lunge, find steadiness in your foundation. Remember, you can drop the back knee anytime if you need to. Exhale, sink forward. Inhale, glide up. Then twist to the left. Come back through center and twist to the right. Come back through center. Bring your hands down. And step your right foot back to downward dog. And take 3 cleansing breaths. Let your knees come down. Make your way to child's pose. And just as with our first child's pose at the start of practice, vary it however you like. Listen to your body. How active or passive do you want this child's pose? Scan your body as you did before when we were in child's pose. Observe your breath. Observe what's going on in your body. Let's start to make our way out of child's pose. Come forward and up, pass through table, and take your time to make your way back and up to downward facing dog. And then just walk your hands back to your feet. Doesn't matter how many little steps it takes. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. With nice soft knees, heavy arms hanging like ropes. Let your arms swing front to back outside your legs. Bouncy knees. Let the weight of the arms pick up momentum so the swinging gets bigger and bigger. And when you're ready, swing your arms up overhead, sit back to chair pose. Releasing in the fronts of your hips, backs of your knees, fronts of your ankles. Stay with your breath. Arms are reaching up, shoulders are relaxed down a little away from the ears. Releasing down into the floor. Bring your hands to your heart. Keeping your hands centered on your chest, your spine nice and long like that, your knees lined up just like that. Exhale, twist to the right any amount without losing that alignment. Maybe your elbow comes outside the right knee, maybe it doesn't. If it does and you want to play around some more, you might open your arms. Try that out. If arms are open, bring your hands back together. Slowly with control. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist to the left now. And if you like, play with opening your arms. Bring your hands back together if your arms are open. Inhale back through center. Big exhale, fold. Inhale, roll up to standing, hands overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Good moment for a drink. Chair pose heats us up. I need a little drink. Then keep talking. With the legs well warmed up from chair, we'll play with some balancing. Bring your hands to your heart. Shift your weight from one leg to the other with your feet planted on the floor. Set your eyes on something straight ahead of eye level that won't move. Using your gaze to help steady yourself. When you're ready, bring the weight into your right leg. Let that knee stay soft. Slowly lift your left knee up. Like opening a gate, bring your knee out to the side. And then you're going to bring your left foot to your right leg. So it might be like a kickstand. Foot on the ground, heel on the ankle. Or the branches of your tree can go anywhere you want. Explore tree pose as you are called to do. Maybe there's a lot of movement, maybe there's less. Make sure you're breathing. Every tree needs air, regardless of shape. If your hands are elsewhere, bring them back to your heart. Bring your knee forward and let your foot down and shake anything that wants to shake. Usually it's at least the leg you were standing on. Maybe it's some other things. When you're ready for the other side, bring your hands to your heart. Reset your eyes. Shift back and forth to reset your feet and hips. Go back and forth as many times as you want. When you're ready, drop the weight into your left leg. Slowly raise your right knee. Open the gate of your hip. And bring your foot to your leg. And let your arms go where they want to go. Explore any expression you like. Maybe find one and aim at staying in it, or play with several. If your hands are not at your heart, bring them back there. And bring your knee forward and let your foot down and shake things out. And we'll play with another pose, sometimes called standing pigeon or standing half pigeon. It's similar action in the hips to what we do in pigeon pose without putting the weight of your body directly on top of the joints like we do in pigeon. So we start the same way. Then we did retreat. You can shift back and forth a bit if you like. You're going to bring the weight into your right leg when you're ready. Lift your left knee. Then you're going to cross your left ankle above your right knee and dial your left knee towards the floor. So you make this like figure 4 shape with your legs and flex those toes towards the shin, keeping that leg engaged. And then for the standing leg, it's like chip pose. Going to release the front of your right hip and the back of your right knee and the front of your right ankle. Keep pressing your hands together, pressing them to your sternum. Think about your elbows approaching your foot and your knee. Staying long in the spine, staying with your breath. And we never know, I never know how low I'm going to go. Sometimes the elbows will connect with the knee like that. I think I'm not going to get that foot today. Doesn't feel like it. But I'm just breathing and seeing what happens. How much openness do the hips want? When you do touch your elbows to your knee or your foot, it's nicely steadying. Inhale, slowly straighten the standing leg, uncross, release, shake things out. Never say gracefully, never do unless it's in quotes. Like that. Any counter movement you want. Maybe it's a little dance is needed after that. When you're ready, bring your hands to your heart. Shift back and forth again. However many times you want back and forth. As you're ready, drop the weight into your left leg. Lift your right knee. Cross your ankle. Turn the knee down. Flex the toes up. Pressing your hands together into your heart. Start to release downward. Drawing energy to the midline, releasing down into the floor, breathing, relaxing. Doesn't seem relaxing maybe, huh? Relaxing those joints. The muscles are engaged, the joints are relaxed. Softening in the joints, even as the muscles contract. So some days, I get both elbows to touch. Today, I only get the elbow to the knee, no elbow to the foot on either side. Just never know. Always an exploration. Every day is different. Inhale, slowly stand, uncross, release, shake, shake. Now let's have a seat and give these legs a break. And maybe have a drink. I have here yoga blocks. Have those handy if you have them. I have a strap. Have your strap ready. If you don't have a yoga strap, you could use the sash off of a bathrobe, or you could use a long towel. You can use a scarf. Reorient myself there. Legs extended, feet flexed back towards you. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold down over your legs. If your knees want to bend here, let them bend. As you inhale, think of the crown of your head reaching forward. As you exhale, think of lowering down. Inhaling, walk your hands up the front of your legs, using your arms to sit yourself up. Now draw your knees out, bring the soles of your feet together with your feet a good distance away from your pelvis. There's like a long diamond shape inside the legs. If there's room to do so, reach your hands under your ankles and grab the floor. If there's not room to do that, reach your hands over your ankles and grab the floor. And walk your hands forward, tractioning in the arms to come into another fold. Let your neck disengage and your head drop down. Breathe into the center of your lower back. Slowly start to scoot your hands back. Use your arms to sit up again. Keeping your feet together, draw your heels in as close as you can to your pelvis. Interlace your fingers and grab the tops of your toes. Wriggle on your seat, bring the bones in your seat closer to the ground, tilting your pelvis forward, letting the lower spine drop down. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward with your spine long at first. And see how far down that long spine will go. Maybe your elbows press down on the insides of your legs. When the long spine stops lowering, let your head lower, let your neck go. Breathe into your hips. Inhale, slowly sit yourself up. Bring your hands to the outsides of your knees. Let your arms bring your knees towards each other. Rest your feet. Rest your hands out past your hips. Wiggle your feet further apart, maybe to the edges of your mat if you're on the yoga mat. And let your knees go back and forth to whatever degree they want to go. Oops, and I put my blocks in the way of my knee. And we're going to come down onto our backs. So with your feet planted, scoot your butt towards your heels. Have your blocks and strap within reach. Bring your hands behind you. Come down onto your forearms, down onto your back. So you wind up lying down like this, with your heels as close to your butt as they will go. Now blocks aren't required, but if you have them, you might put one between your knees on this middle position as a spacer. Just a little pressure will hold it there. Don't waste energy squeezing the heck out of the block. Pressing into the soles of your feet. Inhale to lift your hips towards the ceiling. There's bridge pose for deeper heart opening. If you like, wriggle your shoulder blades towards each other. Clasp your hands under you and reach your knuckles towards your heels. If you're clasping your hands, release them. Exhale, slowly let your hips come down. You float up and down, a few times on your own. Inhale to go up and exhale to go down. Go as slowly as you want, go as high as you want. Next time you land, pause. If you do have blocks, you can take your other block, hold it between your hands the long way, and rest it on the other block or on your knees. If you don't have a block, just rest your hands on your knees, palms towards each other. Inhale, sweep your arms up so your hands pass over your face. Keep going and let your hands come to rest back here, up above the top of your head. Take a couple of breaths. Exhale, float your arms back through that arc. Come forward. Realize I might be moving out of the frame on that video, so I'm just adjusting myself. So now we're going to put the bridge movement together with the arm movement. We call that floating bridge. Pressing into the soles of your feet. Inhale, lift your hips and float your arms up and back. Exhale, lower your hips and float your arms forward and down. And continue at the pace of your breath. Go as slowly as you want. Go as high as you want. For an extra challenge, you might take some extra breaths at the top with the hips raised and the arms overhead. You might also see about as you come down, see if you can touch down to the ground at the same time that the blocks connect or the hands land on your knees. A little exercise in focus and muscular control. But the next time you exhale, land, be the last one. You can set your blocks aside out of the way. Draw your knees towards your chest, hug your knees, rock and roll on your back to massage it against the floor. And it's time to play with the strap, but it's time for me to reorient myself for the sake of camera work. With your knees in towards your chest, open the strap and run it under your feet, holding one end in each hand. Keeping the back of your head and your shoulder blades and your sacrum on the floor, reach your feet up so that your strap and your arms and your legs are all locked, but your body is still grounded. Point your toes up at the ceiling. Point your toes down towards your face. Let your feet relax. Slowly slide your feet away from each other inside the strap. Gently and slowly pull on the strap to guide your feet back towards each other. Take your left foot out of your strap, press the back of your left leg to the floor. Hold the strap in your left hand, reach your right arm out to the side. Use the strap to guide your leg over to the left. Turn your head to the right. See if you can keep both shoulder blades on the ground. Softly come back up to center. Take the strap with your right hand. Press your left hand down on the front of your left hip bone. See if you can keep that side anchored. Keep that cheek on the ground. Let your limbs fall to the right. Now to come out of this one, go very slowly and gently. Bring those limbs back up to center. Lift your left leg up. Step your left foot inside the strap. Take your right foot out. Press the back of your right leg down. Reach your left arm to the side. Bring your leg over to the right and turn your head to the left. Slowly come back up. Take the strap with your left hand. Press down on the front of your right hip and let your limbs fall to the left. Remember, nice and easy. Bring those limbs back to center. Raise your right leg. Draw your knees in. Set your strap aside. Reach your feet towards the ceiling. Reach your hands up to grab your legs or your feet, however you wish, and play with bending and straightening your arms and legs. Letting your feet and your legs get some healthful drainage as you explore movement in happy baby pose. Maybe you move a little, maybe you move a lot. Whatever your body is calling for. You can invert for as long as you like. Maybe that's enough, maybe you want more. When you feel complete, you can make your way to your final resting pose. Oops. You don't have to bang a strap into a singing bowl on the way there. So you might opt for the traditional final posture, corpse pose with your legs extended, your feet splayed apart, your hands resting on the floor out past your hips. If this isn't comfortable, please find a posture that is. It's more important to be comfortable than it is to be in the traditional closing posture. We use the word Shavasana. It's the name of this pose, corpse pose, but we also use it to describe the state we come to of quiet stillness, allowing time for the breathing to slow down, the body to further relax, and allowing time to absorb the benefits of the preceding practice. Making any adjustments you needed to get comfortable. Maybe just focusing on your breath is right for you today. Maybe recalling an intention you set for yourself and reflecting upon it. Or maybe just giving your mind permission to wander as you lie here, slowing down, relaxing, breathing and integrating. But give yourself some deeper breaths. Scan your body, becoming aware again of each part and area, contact with the floor, the movements of your breath. Invite small movements back to your body, moving slowly and mindfully letting those movements suggest bigger movements, lead to bigger movements. Take your time. Maybe keep your eyes closed if you like. When you're ready for bigger movements, there's no rush. Gently sit yourself up. And if you like, bring your hands up by your heart. Thank you for sharing in practice today. The light within me sees, honors, and bows to that same light in each of you. Namaste. Again, this is Leo Bray at Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center in Palm Springs. Please visit us online at urbanyoga.org or Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center on Facebook. Stop by the tip jar, check out the schedule. A note about the schedule, usually I'm teaching 8:15 on Thursday, and you can join us outdoors at the convention center. But in honor of the holiday that many people are celebrating tomorrow, Kristen wanted to offer a class herself. That will be outdoors at the convention center at 9. It will also be on Zoom at 9. So there won't be an 8:15 class tomorrow. There will be no Leo class tomorrow. So Kristen's going to do one instead. We have classes on Zoom every day, outside there, 4 days a week, Thursday through Sunday morning. Check the schedule for times. We have some different teachers in different spots this week, but that's the only time change. Tomorrow there's a 9 a.m. instead of an 8:15. Questions and feedback are always welcome in person at the convention center, on Zoom, on YouTube. Thanks for coming. Have a wonderful day.